How you doing? How you doing? This is the launch video for the Strong Kickstarter. Yeah, it is now live. It is absolutely live right now. So please go at this link below and get and support my Kickstarter. It's crazy. I wasn't sure how I was gonna do this, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Um Kickstarters for me are a lot of work. A lot goes into them. And by the way, you can chat. Please, please. I'm here to talk to folks and to answer questions about the Kickstarter. Um, it is live. I'm going to keep the Kickstarter campaign right there. So I'm going to be kind of doing a couple things while I'm talking. I'm going to be saving. Um, I'm going to be sharing. I'm just going to be doing a bunch of different things. So, like I said, please ask questions. You know, I'm here to talk, man. I'm here to for a little bit. I'm gonna do about two or three of these um, throughout the day. Yes, I'm typing while I talk. So if I'm typing, it's because I'm sharing this video. This was kind of impromptu. Um, I don't know who's watching. Doesn't look like anybody's watching now, but that's okay. I'll keep talking. But yes, uh, Strong is a really interesting project that I decided to do. I wanted something for my daughters to enjoy um, and see themselves in, and I wanted to also grow the Stoked universe and have more characters in my queue, if you want to call it that. Um, and I didn't want to just lean on Heat. Like, I love Heat, and I love what the opportunities it has provided me, but I really wanted to do something new, something different than Heat. Heat is very much the story of, hey, I don't know who's watching, but thank you for watching. Um, right there, Kickstarter. Go to the Kickstarter campaign. Please support. I would appreciate it. Um, but as I was saying, I wanted to do something different than Heat. Heat is very much a story about a young man who gets tremendous power and is constantly trying to find a way to use said power in a way that he's comfortable with, he's happy with, and it makes him feel good in his soul, which is weird. It's a lot. Um, it's probably a little deeper than that. It's very much kind of a personal testimony on how I look at power, how I look at gifts and things that we have, and how we use them. And Heat is very much me projecting that out, if it makes any sense. It's like, how would I use the power? How would I use excuse me, great power? And that's Heat. Heat is my very personal story. um Strong is very much kind of, it's almost a love letter to my mom, um in how I look at women and their internal strength and their ability to be strong, but also their you know internal struggle and the understanding. And this is my perception of it, by the way, that you don't always want to be strong, but you kind of have to be strong, but to have those doubts and things going in. So even in the Strong book, this Kickstarter that I'm doing, you're going to see, you're gonna see it from her perspective. You're gonna see everything that she does from her perspective and from the perspective of somebody outside the loop, outside of her. So basically, you're gonna see her, how Strong is thinking, but you're also going to see somebody else and how they are thinking about what Strong is thinking about. It's a weird dichotomy. But this Kickstarter is for the 0 issue. It's 32 pages, full color. All the artwork is pretty much done. Like, I would say 99% of the artwork is done, which I'm happy to say, because I know how many times people deal with Kickstarters and not receiving the books, so the books aren't on time, or whatever you want to call it. You don't have to worry about that stuff. The majority of the book is done. I'm hoping that as soon as the book is done, I just put it right out. But yeah, I'm looking to do. I would love for this to be something that I do the 0 issue, and then I'm able to kind of move into doing a mini series. So I'm going to talk a little less right now, and I'm going to show some of the artwork for the actual book. So that's the first page. Let me get the caption out the way. All right, we got the first page. It's unlettered right now. It's lettered, trust me. I have it lettered. But this is the first page. Starts off with the threat, big monster. Oh, wait. And then we got the double page spread of heat coming in for the save. I love doing double page spreads as an introduction. For those that those that have the first issue of Heat, I have the big double page spread. And then for the new issue of Heat, this one, I started out with a double page spread as well. Something, it's a big eye catcher, sets the tone of what I'm looking to do. And this book is very bright and shiny. And then here's the 4th page. Bright, vibrant colors, because Strong and Heat kind of represent different sides of the coin, they are, Heat is a lot more, he's a lot more angry about his lot in life, which is weird because he's a guy who kind of grew up with a little bit of privilege. And when I say privilege, I mean his dad's a lawyer, his mother's a chef, I believe. So he grew up with a little bit of privilege, and so Strong is different. Strong has a different outlook on life. She has a lot more positive outlook on life, but she might not. There's a reason why it's interesting that she has a positive outlook. I don't want to give that away. I hate giving away spoilers. So if you don't want the book to be spoiled, here is the cover one more time. Look at that beautiful, bright, shiny cover. And then if you want to go to the Kickstarter campaign, the link is right there. Please go right now. I'm just looking at the Kickstarter. Let's take a look at where we are right now. I have 10 backers already. $223. The goal is $2,500, but I really think that we could get $2,500 like today. We should be able to get $2,500 today. So go to the Kickstarter campaign right there. I'm gonna get this out so you guys can see my face. This is the moneymaker. Please feel free to talk in the chat. I'll answer any questions about the Kickstarter campaign. I ask any questions about Strong that won't spoil the story. But once again, Strong is the story of an Afro-Latina superhero who is the literal strongest metahuman in the planet. And the Strong 0 issue, which the Kickstarter is funding, is her basically being interviewed by another woman, and the woman trying to get to know Strong, but Strong is very guarded, about secret identities and all that. And then they go on they have a small adventure. And, the point of Strong 0 is an introduction to the character, who she is, you know, what she loves. Like I'm tried to do my best to make it that, you know, you could read the book and you know the character like as a person. So she's not an archetype, you know, she's not, you know, stereotypical strong Black woman, strong Latino woman. She's like a full person. And I went out of my way to do that. It's not a cheesecake book. Um, I'm not a really good cheesecake artist. I mean, perfectly honest with you. Like that's not really what I wanted. I can do it, but I don't really want to. I wanted to do a superhero that was, you know, not you know, I'm going to use a curse word here just so, you know, cover your ears if you don't like me cursing. Who's not assed out all the time. Like she's not wearing a thong. Her outfit is very, you know, it's form fitting, but you know, it's not, you know, it's not some it's I wanted to actually, when I was designing it, my thought was I want something that women will enjoy cosplaying. Like they won't feel uncomfortable walking around, you know, in the outfit cosplaying. Like that was kind of running through my head um, when I was designing it. So I don't know who's watching, but hi, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. I'm just gonna do this for a little bit. We're just gonna do a live one. I'm here to answer any questions. You know, jump on in. I wish there was a way that I could get this in Instagram, but doesn't seem to be a way to do that. But anyway, yes. So the Kickstarter, it's 2,500 is the goal. Because I did all the artwork, the majority of the money goes to printing copies of the book. Um, uh, Anytime, you know, various expenses, because I pretty much put all my money, a lot of my money into the production of the book. So all of it is going towards, you know, getting more copies because I want to keep selling them. I want to go to more Comic Cons and not just sell Heat. But it's printing copies and getting the swag. And you know what? Let's show some of the swag. I'm gonna do that. So there's a few things you get. All right. Let me get this up there. So I'm really big on t-shirts. Um, I like I like comic book t-shirts. I really wasn't into it, and then my wife bought me a bunch of them when we got married. And so I was like, all right, well, I like wearing them. Which is weird because I was never that way before. But we got 2 strong t-shirts. 2. Bro, what's going on? All right, I'm gonna answer that question in 2 seconds. I want to show people the t-shirts first. You can get one or both of these shirts. This is the first one, and this is the second one. So for now, you know, we're gonna do the default white, but I'm actually looking to, I'm gonna try and get a different color. I'm trying to find a color that, you know, that is not too hot. One of the criticisms I got about the Heat shirt is that, you know, it's a black shirt. So, you know, you can't wear it like all the time. So yeah, those are the 2 shirts. You can get, you're gonna get if you do a certain amount, you're gonna get Heat. You're gonna get the other Heat book. You're gonna get all the Heat books. I'm doing a new print for Strong, and I'm doing a new print for Heat. So those 2, I'm actually gonna do this week because I'm actually finishing up Strong. Like I'm finishing up Strong. I'm finishing up the book today and tomorrow actually. And once I finish up the book, then I'm gonna do the 2 prints. So you're gonna get a print. You can get. Let me go to the thing because I'm off the top of my head. I forget. All right, rewards. Obviously, you get your name in the thank you section. You get the digital and physical copy of Strong. You get a digital and physical copy of Heat #1, the new one. You get the you get a print of Strong. You get the Strong t-shirts. I'm designing a new Heat shirt. You can get a brand new Heat shirt, new design. You can get physical copies of all the Heat books. If you do a certain amount of money, you can get an original drawing of Heat and an original sketch of Heat. I'm sorry, original sketch of Strong. And then I'm doing for another limited amount. If you do a certain amount of money, I will draw you as Strong or Heat, whichever one you want. So if you want to be a woman and you want to be dressed up as Strong as Heat, I'll do it. If you want to be a man, you want to be dressed up as Strong. The outfit works for a man as well, believe it or not. I'll do it. Let's see what else. And then I'm giving out a certain amount, a very limited amount of the original artwork. So the original pen and ink you can get if you go to the Kickstarter. Once again, Kickstarter campaign right there. And if you pledge a certain amount. So I'm gonna roll. Let's see. The question from Ro. How do you think about approach structure when you're writing? Okay, let's see. I kind of use a very traditional way of writing and structure, right? So I start with whatever the idea is, the hook. Like, why do I even want to read this story? Whatever the story is, like the bare nature of the story, that's where I start. And then I take that start and then I do the three, beginning, middle, and end. So I always have the beginning in the middle. Now when I'm doing a issue, like if I'm doing my first issue of Heat, I knew the ending before I started. So I wrote everything to build up to the ending. And I usually do that with every issue. I usually kind of try to know the ending because it's a lot harder to write without the ending in mind. Now, if I'm doing a novel, many times I won't know the ending. I'll just write until I get to an ending, until it hits me. But with a comic book, I want to know the ending because a lot of times I like cliffhangers and I like twists, but I like the twist to reference something from the beginning of the book or somewhere within the book. So I know the ending. I'll plant the seed in the middle or the end or the beginning, and then I'll fill in everything there. And then I fill in everything with the story is basically character points. What makes Heat? What makes Strong? What makes, if I ever get a chance to do Spider-Man, what makes Spider-Man Spider-Man? So you got to find the heart of the issue. So I have the twist, I have the ending, I have the beginning, I have all that high level stuff, and then I go in and I get the heart of the story. Like, why do I care about this character? And then many times I have to structure the story. I have to structure the story in a manner of, okay, why does this character need this story? Like, what makes this story unique for this character? Because otherwise, you could just do it with anybody. You can do the story with any character, and a lot of times that gets like redundant. Like, it doesn't fit. An example from Heat #1, which has been out for a while, so I'm in spoiler territory. Plug your ears if you don't want to hear it. For Heat #1, I knew the story was going to end with Heat supporting protesters that were against police violence. Like, I knew the ending of the story was going to be a not a riot, but chaos at a protest, and then Heat was going to stop it. I knew that going in. And so everything from that point on, actually, I take that back. I knew the beginning of the story was going to be showing somebody who was a victim of police violence. And I knew the ending was going to be what I just spoke of. And so I just did everything I could to connect A to B. And to me, that's the easiest way. Like I admire people who just like write and they don't have a roadmap on where they're going until they get there. I can't do that. Like, that's amazing to me. More power to you. If you can do it, that's an amazing skill. But that's how I do it. So thanks, Ro, for that question. The interesting thing about that is like so here's a little bit of how I produce the book. I don't draw in a straight line. Like, I don't take the script and go page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. Many times I try to do the easier pages first. I draw the easier pages first, and then the pages that take more work, I wait towards the end. And the reason I do that is I try to get as many pages I can get done before I have to do the hard stuff, so that when I'm at the hard stuff, I don't feel like, oh man, I'm never going to get this done, because I look over at the stack of pages that I have that I already did. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm halfway through, so it doesn't. So no, I don't draw linearly. I don't. Yeah, and then sometimes sometimes I have to do it linearly, but I try not to. And then many times I also treat it like a movie. I'm throwing in like scenes left and right. Sometimes I'm like, man, I need a new scene here. And, because, hey, I'm the boss. Instead of it being a 24-page book, it could become a 26-page book or 32-page book. I believe Heat number 1 was going to be a 24-page book. I believe it was going to be 24 pages. And then I just kept writing. And I was like, you know what? It's the first issue. We'll do 32. The second issue is going to be 24, though, because 32 pages is a lot. But yeah, man, if anybody else has any more questions, please, let me know. Once again, Kickstarter campaign is going on right now. Right there. Let's see if we had any movement between now and then. Yeah, I'm going to be, you know how it is. If you've done a Kickstarter, you're looking at it all day, every day. Yes. I don't know who you are, one backer. One backer came in, got us 248. Let's keep it going. We could do 2,500 today. Absolutely believe that. Absolutely believe that. I see Danny and Ro. Thank you, Ro. I appreciate it. Thank you, Danny. Let me get some thank yous out. Messed up. Let's see who helped, who supported. Ro, let's see. Ro, Gary Henton, appreciate you. Bradley Arney, hopefully I'm saying these names right. I appreciate you. Jamal Simpson, I appreciate you. Dan Hoynes, thank you. Fred McKinstry, appreciate you. John Constant, appreciate you. Nathaniel Adams, Danny Quick, obviously Morgan, I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Wagwan, Kenji. Come on, man. Go on to the Kickstarter link, man. Go on and bless me. Put your blessing on it. Let's see. Ro has another question. Ro's got all the questions. You're trying to steal all my tricks, man. You're still trying to steal all my mojo. Let's see. Do you use an outline before you? Absolutely. Before I begin scripting, I can't work without an outline. I can't. Maybe when I do my collection, this is a little bit of a news breaking, but I'm doing a collection. I'm going to take the first trade. Ro, don't worry, Ro. Don't worry. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to take the first trade in the graphic novel, the Black Flame graphic novel, and I'm going to put them together. And I'm going to add some cool things in there. And I'm actually not going to sell I'm not going to sell the Black Flame graphic novel anymore. And maybe even the first trade. So those will be basically limited edition. So if you ain't got it yet, You can get it now. All you got to do is go to the go to Kickstarter. You pledge enough, and you can get these are going to be limited. And I'm actually really thinking about, for everybody who does this Kickstarter, you'll get your copies of Heat will have an alternate cover. I'm thinking about, I actually do have an alternate cover for Black Flame, so I think I'm going to end up using that. And then for the Heat trade paperback, I'm going to do an alternate cover there. So yeah, so I'm not going to be selling those two anymore once I start doing the large collection. So, you know, if you got it and you got it signed, you know, if you like collectibles, you got yourself one. But anyway, back to the question. I'm trying to get my questions in. Okay. Yeah, I do use an outline. Like I said, I start with the beginning and I start with the ending, and then I just bullet point. I just use bullet points. And sometimes outlines could take like a week or two. Believe it or not. Sometimes I got the juice flowing and then I'm just typing away. And then other times, not so much. And I just bullet point it out. You know, I'll say start, and then I'll put whatever the start is, and then I'll say end, put whatever the end is. I'll either acknowledge it as a cliffhanger, whatever. But yeah, I just go beat number 1, beat number 2, beat number 3, beat number 4, and I just, whatever I can think of to put in the story, I just like vomit it out. Like, it's just put it out there, and then I take that time and I use it like a puzzle, and I move scenes around. And so I'll do that until I feel like I'm comfortable with it. And then once I have that outline, and then I take that outline and then I write it out. And then I'll write the script out. And then even within the script, many times while I'm writing a scene that I had maybe at the beginning or towards the beginning, I move it to the end and move it around like that. And then that's when I go into the drawing and everything. And then many times, even then, sometimes a scene works better artistically in the middle or the beginning, and then I'll move it around again. So you can read, if I showed you the script for my last book and I showed you and then you read the book, it would be different. This only works because I'm the only person doing it. I wouldn't work this way, like with another artist. I wouldn't do that to them. I would probably take more time to figure things out before I gave it to an artist. That's a great question. Yes, but outline is helpful for me. Ro got them all, man. All right, Ro, I got you. Let's see. Have you illustrated a script written by someone else? How do you like that process? Ro, I've never drawn something that was written by anybody else. Not one time. I do not have the time. I wish I would like to. I will at some point, but I've never done it. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. But yeah, I'm definitely willing to collaborate with people. It's really difficult for me to once again collaborate because I bear so much of the creative burden with Heat, and so once again, hey, I see 3 people have dropped in. Strong Kickstarter campaign, boom, go right there. This one, this beautiful cover. You getting this beautiful cover with this beautiful strong woman, pun intended. Going to get that. I know you'll like it. I honestly, to me, this is, and I'm gonna get back to what I was talking about. But this is my most all ages project. Heat is very mature in my opinion, but little kids like it, which is, little kids like mature stuff. But this one, I know you give to anybody and they can read it. You absolutely give it to anybody and they can read it. But yeah, okay, back to what I was talking about. I think, how do I put this? I do all of the work because I'm a bit of a control freak. And those that know me know very much well. Like, I know the story that I want to tell, and I want to tell that story. Now, if somebody wrote a script for me, I can do it easy, and it would it look good, but I would probably drive them crazy. I'd probably be like, do we really need to do this? Like, do we really do that? Because even for me, within myself, there is like a dichotomy. Like, when I write something, I'm not writing it with it's really weird. I'm not writing it with the thought that I'm drawing the damn thing. So I will write the whole script out, and then I will turn around and be like, okay, now you got to draw it. and then I'm like, well, now I've written, draw two armies clashing against each other. Now I got to draw it. All right. Well, I don't want to draw that. I'm going to draw, and then I can go back and then change it and everything. Whereas if somebody is giving me a script, I'd feel beholden to the script. But I'll get to it. I will. I really will. I promise myself that. Oh, Kenji. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Let's do another check. We're going to go back to. Bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm really trying to I would love it if we can, at the very least, get half of the 2,500. But I know we could get. I know we can get a full 2,500 today. I know we can. I'm going to be dipping in and out on these things. So in about 2 minutes, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come back on and answer more questions. And I'm hoping that, the people who haven't seen this can come, take a look at it and support me. But thank you to everybody who's already pledged and everything. I appreciate it. If you have any more questions, I'm going to be back on in probably a half hour after this. I'm going to try and do this in like half hours because, I got some stuff to do. I got to get this thing ready. But yeah, there's a lot of writers I want to work with. Just people that I know, like Greg Ellisay. I loved Ro. I love to work with Ro. I love to work with Morgan and Danny. I know we've had our running joke about doing a crossover, and I will. That will happen. I promise you, it will happen. Travis Holyfield, good friend of mine. What's up? I want to work with him. I would love to write something. I would love to draw something that he wrote. Who else? And I mean, there's a bunch of people who, I would love to draw something written by Mark Waid. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of Mark Waid. If you've watched Top 5 Live or you watched the Stoke podcast, I love me some Mark Waid. I love to write with Mark. If you're watching, if you ever want to write something for Heat, holla at me. Mark Waid. I love Peter David's writing. I would love to draw something from Peter David. Grant Morrison. I don't know if I'm trippy enough as an artist to be able to do Grant, but I'd give it a shot. Chuck Dixon. I'd love to draw a Nightwing story from Chuck Dixon. Because I love his run. I'd love to do that. Let's see. And look around. Jeff Johns. I'd love to work with Jeff Johns. He's really good at kind of distilling characters to like their essence. Man, let me think. Robert Kirkman, Kurt Busiek, Ron Mars. Basically, if you're a good writer and from the big two, I'd give it a shot. I know nobody's asked me this question, but I'm going to answer it anyway. I would love to work with the big two. I'm not the indie guy that is like, I don't need you. I'm not. I would love to work. I'd love to draw a Spider-Man, or I'd love to do a Spider-Man or Batman or Superman or whatever. I'd love to. I'm not against it. I'm pro indie creator, but I'm not anti Marvel or DC. So I know a lot of my indie friends are. I know a lot of y'all are like, we don't need y'all. I don't need y'all. And don't get me wrong, I don't necessarily need them to publish. you know, I got visually stoked. You know, I'm doing my Kickstarter, I'm doing strong, you know, I'm able to do things, you know, that I want to do, but I'm a fan just like everybody else. I want to do a new Warriors book. I want to do a Nightwing book. Maybe not forever, but I could write 50 issues of a Nightwing run right now off the dome. Um I could write a good Flash book. I would love to do Superman. Absolutely love to do Superman. All right, so we've reached our limit for now. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come back on in about a half hour, and we're gonna keep it going. If you are seeing this after you seeing this, you know, after I've finished, once again, Kickstarter link below. Please go and support. It's not a huge goal. It's 2,500. We should be able to knock that out in less than 30 days. Should absolutely be able to get that going. If you've never if you've never pledged to a Kickstarter before, the money does not come out now. So you don't have, because last time I did it, people were like, oh, when I get paid, listen, the money doesn't come out now. It comes out after 30 days. Okay. So at the end of the 30 days, at the end of the Kickstarter campaign, that's when the money will come out. So you can pledge now, and whenever you get paid, just put that money aside. Okay. So yes, if you have any more questions, get them ready. I will be back in a half an hour. I might do the next one on Facebook Live. I might. I think I'm going to do it in different places. So if you didn't catch me here, you can catch me there. If you know, I'm going to maybe do one on Instagram, maybe do one on Twitter. But I'm going to bounce around today. So you guys are going to see me. If you've pledged, thank you so much. And I will see you in a minute.